Welcome, and thanks to all of you for being here this afternoon. And before I get started with my story, I'd love to hear a little bit of, or get a sense of yours. How many people in this room have kids at home still? I too have 2 kids at home. How many of us are looking after, to some extent, older parents? Anybody? So how many of us have sometimes wondered about this question: how can we excel at whatever job we have and actually be home for dinner, be around for people we care about? A few of us, hopefully. So what I'd love to do is start by giving you a sense of how we got into writing this book. Me and my co-author were both finance business geeks. Wasn't a natural path for us to do this. Secondly, I want to give you a little bit of a sense of what we learned, and then share what I hope will be helpful to all of you, and then we'll open it up to lots of conversation. So here's my story. 10 years ago, I was speaking at a class at Stanford Business School. I had 2 little kids, a working spouse, and a job that required commuting from here in California to New York City for a week a month. Now, that wasn't ideal, but it wasn't dramatically worse than many men that we probably all know. But the kids in the class were very worried about me. So one young woman raises her hand and she says, "Sharon, awkward question, but do you ever get concerned that maybe you're ruining your husband's career?" And I said, she said, you're leaving him for a week at a time with 2 small children all by himself. And I said, I'd actually not thought about that because my husband is a pretty clever guy, and most days he manages the work-life thing a lot better than I do. And come to think of it, it's usually me who's running late to meetings and dashing out the door with bad hair. He looks great. So another question came up. A young man asked, he said, "How about your kids? Do you worry about the fact that somebody else is raising them?" And I said, "Excellent question." Because before I myself had children, I would never have known how much I value having a team in parenting. I have my husband, I have our childcare providers, my parents, teachers. All of those people allow me to feel that I am not alone. This is not all on me. And that has really given me the energy to be more connected with my children than my parents ever had a chance to be. So I feel really lucky. Thanks for the question. I left that class and said, wow, if these are the questions knocking around in people's heads, no wonder we have so few women at the top. And then I said, wow, they're really good questions, so why aren't we talking about them more?